I am interviewing Alasdair Milroy from Breaking the Mould Accounting. Hello Alasdair, welcome to Cannes Yachting Festival.
Hi Rebecca, it's been great to meet you in person, and thanks for the welcome.
Brilliant. So what I'd like to understand is, can you please fill me in your background and your reasons for starting Breaking the Mould Accounting?
Yeah, my background has been in corporate finance and accounting and private clients. I trained as a chartered accountant in Sydney, qualifying in 1992. I've worked in various sectors from oil and gas to private clients to corporate banking over the last 30 years. Qualified as a trust and estate practitioner. Just this year done my super yacht management diploma with Marine Training Academy. And yeah, I started Breaking the Mould last year. I'd been working with yacht owners for the last 8 years and really saw a gap between the offering for someone who really understands the industry and understands the private client side and can bring those together. Often owners are paying for duplicate people to do different bits of the accounting, and it's being held in different management systems or corporate ownership systems, which makes it very hard to use that information for proper decision making.
Great. And now you were part of the Yachting Ventures program, so how has that affected your business strategy based on your participation when you actually were part of that program?
I think for me the Yachting Ventures program was really good to broaden my relationships in the industry. I met some really great people from some very different backgrounds, and it really gave me some insights into the industry. Probably changed my perspective in terms of how to approach setting up the business and planning ahead for that strategically.
Okay, so quite a good support network with a group of business mentors and entrepreneurs as well. So has that been a valuable step for you, even though obviously you're experienced and as a chartered accountant? Have you found that you're still connected to people that were part of that program as well?
Yeah, very, very much so. And I've helping some of those with accounting and finding where people's strengths are in that, really exciting being part of that, hearing some of the mentorship stories and the struggles that people go through in building a business, and watching the other members of that cohort grow. So yeah, it's been a fantastic experience.
Yeah, well, it's really great because I think as a business owner it's nice to have that support anyway. Now, one of the things in yachting media, we have a few challenges with trying to communicate deadlines. So can you share with me some of the issues that you might have with perhaps communicating your services you offer for yacht owners?
Yeah, I think we had a really interesting start last year, and that I found people sometimes understood I was selling a software rather than actually an accounting service. So we used Xero, which is a lot, but actually we can work with lots of different softwares, and so that was repositioning that where we really bring a different angle for clients is bringing that knowledge of private clients and the understanding of their tax structure, along with and their structuring, along with being able to help captains and people who aren't accounting professionals understand what they need to do to give the owners and the owners' reps that financial information that's so important.
Right, so the information and education is crucial to what you're trying to communicate to within the yachting industry. Now, can you share with me a little bit more about Breaking the Mould Yachting in Malta and the type of services that you're offering to prospective clients?
Yeah, Malta's been interesting. I incorporated the business down there specifically to assist with European businesses and Malta-flagged yachts in particular. In lots of areas the yachting sector's got more complicated when it comes to crew employment. There's been the changes in social security, particularly in France, and Malta has a great solution. It also has a really strong workforce of educated, well-trained accountants. So a good base to build the business and find those resources in the future.
Great. So would you deem it to be a hub for maritime accounting, or it's just got a great support network for you, basing that in Malta?
I think for EU owners, it's got a very strong flag, and there's certainly that. Over the last 5 years, the VAT side of yachting has got much more complicated and more like a normal business would be for VAT. That means record keeping's got to be much more important, and the skills that you have in a country that's got accountants who deal with VAT all the time means that there's that pool of resources there.
Fantastic. Now, I'd like to just put it out there because maritime accounting, it's not really deemed to be a sexy part of yachting, so to speak, so it doesn't really get that much media coverage. So how do you balance the technology and the tools that you're using for your job with industry trends, or does that not really matter? Is it something that we need to improve on for yachting media to give more press coverage to those type of services in the industry? What are your thoughts about that?
It's a really interesting question.
I just thought I'd put that out there.
It is really interesting, and it's definitely not a sexy part of the industry. But if you think about the investment that owners are making in yachts, the budgets that they're operating with, it's really important to make sure you're spending not just too little money, or too much money, but also not too little, and that you're maintaining your asset correctly and as much as you can, holding on to the value of the asset, maintaining the value of the asset by maintaining it well. I think technology's come a long way in the small business accounting section, particularly over the last 10 years. With cloud accounting, it's meant that it's much easier to share information even if you're not physically in the same place, so that owners in yachting, or business owners, can see the information in real time with their professional advisors. But I think it's important that technology is always used with the human side as well. And I certainly see the demand on captains and pursers to be able to manage accounting when they're not accountants. But I think some of the technology can really help with that, can automate it, and actually give the financial information in a much better format for both small businesses and yacht owners than family offices than would have been possible 10 years ago.
Now, can you just reaching into that a little bit more about the technology and the service that you offer, what type of support do you offer for yacht managers? Because obviously you have tiered packages for your services. What type of things are add-on services or additional?
Yeah, for yacht managers, again, I think a lot of yacht managers don't, and particularly probably the smaller and medium-sized yacht managers, don't have the in-house accounting. They have people who've transitioned maybe from yacht administration or on-board pursers to management, but perhaps don't understand the full private client side. And I think that's a really important piece, that often the yacht manager is doing admin and someone else is doing the administration on a corporate level for the owner. The data's the same, but it's being duplicated and it's costing the owner more than it needs to. So for yacht managers, we can help with that. We can. I understand the private client world and can maybe manage some of those risks and understand the way they need to record that data, so for those different people to use it.
Okay, fantastic. And now, I'm really happy to have you here in Cannes this week. I live relatively close to the show, so it's fine for me. And obviously in the industry we've had a lot of travel restrictions and lockdowns around the world. So how important is it for you to be present here in Cannes? What type of expectations have you had for coming to the show this week?
I think it's been really important. I set the business up as the UK went into lockdown. And so most of my meetings and communication has been via online virtual meetings over the last 18 to 20 months. So being able to get to shows, meet people in person, have that presence, just get a better understanding of the industry has been fantastic. So, it's been really good to meet.
And what do you have planned for the next 12 months? Can you share some of the projects you'll be working on, or is that top secret?
It's definitely not top secret, no. No, I think it's really building the processes that we can build the business and the foundations to build the business in terms of putting processes in place, looking after the yacht captains that we're already dealing with and the owners, making sure we keep the service levels up with them, and putting the training in place that we can really build the business from, both for the accounting, crew employment, and the other areas like registration that we often get asked questions about.
Well, it sounds like you're certainly the person to go to for any of those type of services. So thank you so much for your time joining me here today at Cannes Yachting Festival. And I'm here reporting on behalf of Yachting International Radio and Onboard Online. So I'm sure we will find you online, and your details will be posted with this video interview, and you can find Alasdair on social media as well, Breaking the Mould Accounting. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca. It's been really good to meet you in person after talking so much for the last 15 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.